Wait, I have a question for you.
What?
If you listen to the record and you heard
Wait,
the lyrics,
do you think I didn't listen to the record? I'm totally just
no,
making any of this up.
that would be so impressive. But you called the record cerebral,
Yes.
and there's a lyric in Brando
Yeah.
where I say, "You called me cerebral. I didn't know what you
Yeah, I
meant."
know. I figured I understand that, and other people have pointed that out, but I figured or I thought that that wasn't a biggie considering that the context to which you were called cerebral there was much different than a review. Like, I'm sorry. Would you have preferred something else other than cerebral in the review?
Yeah, I think you have to just call me pretty
Okay, sorry.
instead.
Lucy, the prettiest
No, no, no. Don't.
songwriter out there, Dacus. I'm sorry I called you cerebral.
I'm
I
kidding. I'm just
apologize.
putting you on the spot because you put me on the spot about my Smash main, which I don't even have.
Thank you.
So
Well,
I think we're equal.
it's cool. Again, I thought it was a different context, so I thought it was fair game. It wasn't a tease. It wasn't a jab or
Honestly,
anything.
people have been calling me cerebral my whole life. I'm trying to be less cerebral. I'm trying to have like an empty head. I'm trying to bimbo Lucy
Yeah.
is this part of myself I've been trying to embrace. I've been like wearing like bows in my hair and just like eating watermelon and not thinking about anything, and it's hard. I think so many thoughts and I want to have less.
I think that is, and this is coming from somebody who also kind of, struggles with this as well, and tries to be less cerebral sometimes too. I think that's a cerebral person's view of not being cerebral. Like I feel like the
Damn.
cerebral. There's probably like a spectrum, but there's probably this. That's like there's like cerebral, and then there's visceral. And I feel like those gut, not thinking about it, I put no thought into doing this at all, actions. I think the
Yeah.
best way to be visceral is to put as little thought into doing whatever it is you've chosen to do, and just like fucking go for it. Rely completely on energy. Just
I think
like,
I'm trying to get into that. I feel like I'm approaching that in a creative way.
yeah.
Maybe in like 2 albums it'll be really visceral, but I like that like distinction between like having visceral and cerebral as a dichotomy.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I mean, there's probably like other things that come into play or other directions that you could go into, but like I think trying to be as to me is like, to me generally speaking, like cerebral is action of the mind and visceral is just action of the body, whatever the body would respond to. Like, are you appealing to the physical or are you appealing to the mental? I guess is sort of
Yeah.
like the way that you could look at it. And musically speaking, like, I don't know, like a cerebral ambient album, experimental prog synth drone that lasts for 30 minutes, or you have like a visceral, like EDM style, everybody's pumping their fists up in the air and everyone's on, Zans and just like sweating all over each
Yeah.
other, and there's like little variations in between all of that. You have artists
Yeah.
that kind of sit in between at some point, but like, you can just slide aggressively from one side to the other and you kind of get those two different perspectives in my own view.
Yeah.
And I promise you, the moment you come out with a record that's not cerebral, I won't call it cerebral. In fact, I'll be scared of using that term for every record that you do into the future. So you've officially,
Or like you're the arbiter
yeah.
of whether it's cerebral or not. Honestly, don't look forward to it. I'm gonna have trouble my whole life not being cerebral, I think. But I don't know. It's a good goal.
Honestly, I feel like there are struggles that come with being too visceral, because then you're just like, not planning, not functioning, not seeing anything that's coming down the pipe, probably just like not very well put
Yeah.
together, but maybe you're more free spirited, I mean, everything has its pros and cons.
True.
So thank you very much for watching this interview clip over on TND Streams. To see the full interview, click on the video link next to my head or down below, or hit up the link to subscribe to the channel or see our Patreon page to support what we do and get some extra bonus monthly content in the process. Anthony Fantano, forever.